I don't love the pig. The way the camera is cutting is really cool.
Check out the lighting.
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down, you know that. Deep down, you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately. And I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect at always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate.
I would love to even, before we dive into the lyrical genius of this, the fact that his voice is actually playing two different characters.
You mean from the voice production point of view? Basically, he's actually personifying these two parts of his personality. One is a very bossy, officious, like a parental, with expectations, with, come on, get your shit together and get rid of, all this therapy, mamby-pamby crap. Just deal, like, stop being such a wuss and blah, 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 blah. And he's defending himself. Wait a second, I've been doing some work here and I'm really happy with it. And the voice goes, oh, bullshit. And there's a voice in me that goes, ha, who do you think you are? A voice teacher. Yeah, right. It is the voice of my parents. It is the voice of people who I'm afraid will judge me. It's a memory of maybe someone parental that says, oh, Missy, you're not qualified to teach that person. Like that kind of patronizing sort of, you just don't rate. And that's part of my personality is that I don't rate. Like I have a sticky, like a paste, when you post it on my forehead that says damaged. And I have to compensate. Now, as far as the voice goes, when you're singing, if you are authentic, it's like being an actor. You don't do stuff with your voice. You just allow your voice to communicate what you're thinking.
Wow. To be the instrument. Wow.
Yes. You don't put a recipe on it. Like, for instance, if I go, oh my God, I didn't choreograph, right? I knew exactly what I meant and my voice did that. So I didn't get caught up in like, where's my tongue? What am I breathing? You have to let go of that. And what's interesting,
really
I'm just going to get into this, right, is that this is why voice training for screaming is kind of therapeutic, because you have to disassociate from the inference of the sound. Otherwise, it's not sustainable.
This time is different, man, trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place. And my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great. And when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one, so you see. You gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Wow, your Grammys, Ren. No way. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics, or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me, that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in. Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren.
It's so good. Like, as soon as he says, that's why I don't think we should talk, man, because when you're with me, it never seems to help. The voice of like that inner critic, that parental figure voice, that voice that's mean to you, just like ramps up. And it's like, you think you can amputate me? And it like tries to make you feel like it always has to be this way. When it's like, I am you, you are me. What does he say? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one, split in two. That makes one. So you see, you got to kill you if you want to kill me. And that is what puts people into that place of like suicidality and depression, because that voice tells you that it's true, that the only way to reduce the sound, to reduce the impact of that inner voice is to die. Like, and that's how people get stuck in that place of hopelessness.
That's right. But it sounds like he shut that voice out for a while and started to grow and evolve and noticed that he's not a useless piece of crap, right? And that voice comes in because, you know, Murphy's Law, when it, you know, when it's out there to be eaten, the monster comes, right? So the thing comes and says, ha, 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 you think you're getting away with this? It's always going to be back and forth. If he's thinking about all the times that he's lost a record deal, he's in that parental place, right? But if he's like writing a new song and getting off on it, he's in the Ren place. I call it the seat at the head of the table. We have all the parts. Like, there's me when I wet the bed in the 3rd grade. There's me. They're all sitting at the table and they all have something to say. And I will listen to them. But the person that's at the head of the table, that is me. That's me. I know me because I sit there and I get to know it. The more I sit there, the more I get familiar with me, not the parts that try to take over me.
Yes. And that's the part that says, yeah, but my music's not commercial like that.
Exactly.
But my music is really connecting.
Exactly.
And the people who find it respect it. That's the part that knows what's important. That's the part that prioritizes love and connection and creativity and values those things over Grammys and interviews with Oprah, like that other voice is trying to tell you need. If you can relate to this internal battle where this voice is telling you that you're not good enough and you'll never make it and you're trying to fight against it, share in the comments below by tagging @Heartsupport and we will encourage you.
Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it. Man, it's not like that. Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat. No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong. Let me break the 4th wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with the subconscious, Eminem did it. Played on guitar, Palmby did it. Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material. Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves, and I'll shake up the whole world beneath us. That's right, speak your truth, your fucking God complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to actually hear you say it instead of downplay it. Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus. Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren. Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren. I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots, and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside. Newsflash. I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips. So you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal, feeble and normal. You wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of end. I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren.
Amazing, right? Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
And the lights, all those lights, it's like the whole production is pretty ingenious.
Yeah, the lights, like, to me, I feel like they represent how quickly this internal battle between parts happens in all of us.
Yes.
Especially when we're really activated.
Yes.
It's like going so fast that it almost feels hard to track. And when it's going that fast, it can feel like our truest self is this part that is so mean to us.
Yes.
It can feel like that is the most consuming. It can feel like if we kill that part, then we die. And the truth is we don't actually have to kill that part. Like, it can stay, and
it does stay. You can't
and it
kill
does
it.
stay. You can't kill it.
Right.
You really can't. But you can change the way that it impacts you.
Yes.
And you can also, this part, even though it's like being really mean and like it gets really ramped up, actually wants something good for you. And it tells us in this part of the song where it's like, you need me to help you manage expectations. Like, that's what it's doing.
It's parental. Yes.
Yeah, it's trying to protect you. And so if that's what it's doing, if that's what it wants is ultimately to protect you, then it can stay. We can just like redirect it. If you want to be someone that helps someone else learn how to dance with their darkness and their light, click the link below. I have shared my top 5 songs to be a good supporter of someone who is struggling. Check those out, and you'll get an in into our community so you can become a helper.
Hi Ren, I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? 'Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So care of the man I've become when I sing from the top of my lungs. That I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspired by me to be strong. And when I am gone, I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate different side.
I know who I am. And I am hope, and I have hope. And I am the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. This part of me, this self, this truest part of me is also something that cannot die, that will always be there, that I just have to feed. And like, this section is so powerful.
It is.
For that.
It is.
Yeah. And this part was trying to kill Ren's hope. And it started to like do that. It feels like it just started to like beat it down a little bit.
For my whole life, that voice
Right.
tried to beat me down.
Yeah. You can tell like he's just started to work on his healing. So he's just starting to build up this inner voice of hope and of belief in himself and to self-love. And so when that new sprout is new, it can really easily be smashed down. And It's like he took a pause to go back and let that voice kind of rebuild up inside of him. And that is the part that he's speaking from in this section, is that one that has come back to that belief of hope. What's he doing?
When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas, that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare, but there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax, and I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that last part really got me.
Yeah, because we're humans, so we have to change from minute to minute. In other words, we're not gods, we're not icons. We are malleable, experiencing beings that come into lessons and realizations and improvements and then unimprovement, and that we evolve like a pendulum. It's not that I'm striving to be perfect and then I'm perfect forever. It's not like that. It's dynamic. So it's a very good. It's a great piece. It's a great piece.
It's so powerful. Like this idea that it's not that you need to kill the darkness inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's not at all what you have to do.
Just learn.
It's a pendulum, and the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an internal dance, right?
Yes.
Like the more we try, you don't need to kill this voice inside of you.
No, let it stay.
You need to accept it and dance with it. Let it stay.
Yes.
Let it stay.
Let it teach you. Let it teach you how to dance. It's a slow dance.
Yes. And this song is so powerful because most people would think, right, that when you listen to this song, that Ren would need to just destroy the other voice at the table, the other parental voice. But what he is saying is that is actually absolutely not the case. That voice does not need to be destroyed. It needs to be accepted.
Welcome.
And with that acceptance, when you stop trying to kill the voice, you start to learn how to be able to dance with it. And that is where the power is through the acceptance of your light and dark.
That's right. It is the extreme of the extremity of the thinking, the black and white thinking, that our reaction to that parental voice is so rebellious and but so self-supporting. Like it's like stop attacking me, and that stop attacking me, if you stay in that and you feel attacked, then that becomes your reality instead of like a lesson to be learned. It's like something's attacking you, and then you act out on that and you kill yourself because you feel the world is after you. But it's a lesson. It's a dance lesson. It's hard to see that when you're young, though. God, it's hard.
I think it's hard to see it like for a lot of people. They just want to completely amputate this part of them, you know? And like that makes sense, right? Because it feels like it's this part that's causing me so much pain. But when we get down to the reality that this part is trying to protect us in its own way, and that it's just a part of us because we are a human and we are light and darkness, we're not just evil like a demon or good like an angel. Like when we just come to accept that reality, it gives us so much power, because then when we stop fighting the battle and we stop fighting for bloodshed, then we get to choreograph the dance.
Then we get to choose. It's not chosen for us based on our misunderstandings. It's evolved from our lessons learned.
Melissa, my time with you is always a pleasure, but I just appreciated this so much. Like your perspective is so beautiful. So thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, Taylor. I love you so much, and let me know if I can help anytime.
Okay, I will.
I want to
love you.
help. I want to be useful. It makes me feel so much better when I'm useful.